Welcome to Caching Waves. This is an Elliott wave update for Bitcoin. I'm going to get into the micro count down on the 1 hour. But just a quick recap on the daily. Since our significant low at 15,476, have this as a wave 1, 2, 3, 4 complete. Working on our 5 waves up for our 5th. Eventual target is 107,137 currently. But things to take note. Our third wave did not come to the 1.618 target for a third wave. And how you get that target is take the Fibonacci extension tool. Beginning of wave 1 off of wave 2. That's how you get your Fibonacci targets. Since we came up shy, it opens up the possibility that once we get these 5 waves marked as a 5th, it's actually a wave 1 and 2 of a 5th wave. So that's how we can extend to the upside. A lot's gonna rely on what happens after we hit target. Do we trend sideways or do we reject quite hard in like a 5-wave move? So just something to keep in mind. Eventual target is 107,000 currently for the 5th wave, as long as we hold this 4th wave at 53,485 at the last pivot low. Now I'm going to get into the micro count here. Remember, we have a wave 1 working on a wave 2 within this 5th wave of the larger trend. I have that marked here for you, wave 1 of 5 of the 5th wave. Okay, this is how we end up having our primary count. That's our 4th wave low. You can see right here, I have marked off at 53,440. Off this, we have a wave 1 and 2. Second 1, 2. We have our 3, 4, and 5. Then we had our 4th wave and 5 waves up for our 5th. That label got moved. That should be right there. Oh. Excuse me. Also important to note, our first wave 1 and 2 took the Fibonacci extension of wave 1 off of wave 2. Our third wave actually hit the 2.618, which is an extended target for our third. After that, we took the extension of wave 1, extended it off the end of wave 4, and we target the 1-to-1 for our 5th wave, which was at 69,375. You can see we came a little bit higher at 70,079. Either way, very nice impulse. Our third is the most extended. Just everything looks good for it to be an impulse wave. Now, where we're looking for a pivot area is this becomes a larger wave 1. Looking between the 382 and the 786, a common target for a wave 2. We also want ideally a 618 to a 1-to-1 in time of these entire 5-wave move up. That's why you see these targets, the 61.8% and the 100. Minimum targets, the 30% that I would like to see. Not rules, more of a guideline, but it's nice to put those on so you know the area you're looking for. Sometimes you can get lost when you're analyzing all your waves. It's good to have little indicators to know about the time you should be at. Okay, so since that high, we are looking for a few different corrections we're tracking. Now, this was off of yesterday's video. I haven't moved anything. You can see it's pretty close. We're looking for a impulse to the downside as an A wave. Just have to adjust these a tiny bit. We're looking for 5-wave move down. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. Looking for a 4th wave and a 5th wave to complete an A wave. In which case we'd be looking for a 3-wave counter trend move and then another 5-wave move down of equal length of the A wave to complete this wave 2 before we can continue in on our trend to the upside. Next target is around 90K as long as this holds for our 3rd wave. Now, where does this count get invalidated? We can take the beginning of our 3rd wave, which is right up here at that labeled 2 in gray, to the end of our 3rd wave, this wave right here, which has 5 waves in it. And we're looking for it to hold below the 618. So we can turn this into some sort of triangle and then come down for our 5th. We can also get some sort of running flat. I see 3 right now, but we could make 5 and invalidate this. Get some sort of running flat, get our 5th wave down. Target for that, we came up just shy of the 1.618, but it's around 61K. Just any point below this 3rd wave is fine. 4th wave's invalidated past this wave 1. We cannot overlap wave 4 with wave 1 is our rule, hard rule, which is at 66,428. If this wave overlaps, this count is not valid anymore. Say we make a 4-5, we move up, not valid anymore. But until this invalidates, that's what we're working with on this count. So we need to see a sell-off pretty soon right here. You can see we just tagged the 50, which is kind of the last straw we want to see hold. The only way we can hit like a 618 and still be valid is when we make a triangle, because the measurement actually gets taken at the end of the E wave as an A, B, C, D, E. All right, so if we do invalidate, what do we expect? Well, if we do invalidate, my count would be a WXY, because we have a 5, and then we'd have another 5 wave as an ABC. In that case, I would consider this a W wave, which is 2 3-wave patterns connected to each other, 2 complex, and making a complex correction. So we'd get like an ABC X wave and another ABC, just like such. Pretty much an exact replica of that wave with the connecting wave in between. Now, if that ends up happening, what we would look for, you can take that same Fibonacci level, we would look for, let me make this a different color so it's easy to see. Make that white. Yeah, that's good. X waves are a little bit more difficult because they can hit many different Fibonacci levels. They're not as ideal as like wave 2s and waves 4s, but anywhere between the 382 and for a double zigzag and like the 618 is pretty much ideal. Don't want to go much past the 786, and the 90% opens this up to actually becoming a flat correction, which I won't go into now. I'd discuss that if we actually pass the 90%. Just know if we come past the 90%, it's more likely a flat than a double zigzag, which is at 69,180. So if we overlap the so-called wave 1, we come up here in like an ABC. Next expectation is a Y wave as another ABC. Wherever that pivot is, we would target the 1-to-1. That would probably take us down to around that 60K I've been calling for quite a long time. And if we pass that 90%, again, I won't get into it too much, but we can come pretty high in a 3-wave move and then come back for another 5-wave and eventually get this partner leg. Just know that it's very unlikely this is all the correction we get right here, because you got to keep in mind we're correcting this entire move. It's just not enough time, right? So we'll see, do we get the 4th wave, or we make some sort of running flat or triangle, finish up, then get our ABC, then our 5-wave move down, or do we get our WXY? And if we do pass that 90%, keep in mind we can get that flat pattern play out, which does play out if it's a very bullish market. They tend to happen more significantly in very bullish markets, which would be nice. But as for trades, if I'm playing this 5th wave move down, if I'm in a short, my stop would just be past like 1 tick above this wave 1, which was right here, that wave 1. because wave 4 can't overlap. Let me get rid of these brushes. And for the WXY, I'd be waiting for a trade setup here and count these waves as a 535. But by then I'll have an update for this and I'll explain to you what I'll do. But yeah, let's see which one we get. Do we get the WXY or do we get a very simple ABC as a 535? All right, guys, that's it for Bitcoin. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.